So Oregon is sort of a big square with two mountain ranges in it. So if we're looking at the square here, and this is the Pacific Ocean here, then we have the coast, the sandy beaches of Oregon, but then right behind them, the Coast Range, which is a low, old range of mountains. Over the top of the Coast Range, you fall into the Willamette Valley, and actually a whole series of valleys that go down the state from north to south. The Willamette, the Umpqua, and the Rogue. Then you cross another higher, much younger range of mountains called the Cascades. And once you cross the Cascades, you're in a wildly different climate. People think that Oregon, they associate it with moss and trees and things. The eastern side of the state is high desert. It's sagebrush and cows and cowboys. And, it looks much more like Arizona than like a Pacific rainforest. So clearly, the best place for grapes is not over there where there's not enough water, where it gets radically cold in the winter. I lived out there for a while. It was negative 30 degrees in the winter. And then in the summer, in Celsius, it can get up well into the 40s. So clearly being a little closer to the ocean is good, but we can't be too close to the ocean because the Pacific, this far north, is very cold. And it forms a temperate rainforest over on the coast. The town of Tillamook, which is directly to the west of us here on the coast, receives 10 feet of rain a year, which is about 3 meters of rain. That's a significant amount and would absolutely drown a grapevine. So we're in sort of what we call the Goldilocks zone here in the Willamette Valley. So we're snuggled between these two ranges of mountains. The Coast Range prevents too much of that rain from coming over. It prevents too much of that cooling influence from the Pacific, unduly sort of, delaying ripening in the vines. So you can kind of look at the Willamette Valley like a triangle with the largest town in the state, Portland, here at the top, and then the second largest town, Eugene, here at the point. And so it's about 160 miles between the two. And so this zone within it has a variety of microclimates. When you get over here towards the east, too close to the mountains, those clouds coming from the Pacific are being lifted up over the mountains, and as they are, the rain is being wrung out of them. So this eastern side of the valley is actually quite cool and wet compared to the western side of the valley. So when Dad was looking around for a place to plant, he immediately kind of homed in on the fact that he had to be a little bit closer to the Coast Range than the Cascades just to avoid the rain. Then once he was there, it was sort of a question like, how far south do I go? The further south you go, the warmer it gets. And so he eventually kind of wound up really centering his search in sort of the northwest quadrant of this triangle in the Willamette Valley.